I'm going to review the toddler lesson plan assignment. First thing, I'd like for you to have the required format in front of you so you can reference it as I go through it. If you want, you can also have the example that I've posted. That might help also. The first thing you're going to keep in mind is for the toddler plan, this is for a group of toddlers, and you're going to indicate an age group from the developmental milestone checklist that you've been using for the observations. Is it going to be a younger age group? Is it going to be an older age group of toddlers? Remember, toddlers is going to be from age 12 months up to not to exceed 3 years of age. So let's go ahead and look at that. First thing you're going to do is indicate from the developmental milestone checklist 2 milestones from each of the developmental domain areas that you're going to address for this lesson plan. The next thing you're going to note is that with the toddler lesson plan, you are planning for interest centers or learning centers throughout the classroom. The first area you'll see is blocks. Blocks is going to be that block play that includes possibly hardwood blocks, the big foam or cardboard blocks. Remembering, blocks are not interlocking toys like Legos, but they're going to be a smooth surface that children can actually stack onto. You're also then going to address any kind of accessories that you would have in that area, such as the barn with the farm animals. That's just an example. The next area that you'll see is the music and movement area. Those are any type of materials that are or equipment that would be musical or provide opportunities for children to use movement, as well as the teacher-initiated activities such as during large group time that would provide children opportunities for music and movement. Language and literacy, that's going to be the library or reading area. You're going to list a minimum of at least 12 to 15 books by title and author, as well as any other additional language or literacy activities. Sensory can be those sensory activities that you have on the shelf, but most likely are going to be in the sand and water table or the sensory tub. Art and creative is going to be those types of activities that would be in the art center. Materials such as crayons, paper, markers, Play-Doh, etc., that are going to be out accessible for the children throughout the day, as well as at least a minimum of 2 to 3 teacher-initiated creative art activities. These are creative art activities, not crafts, and you need to keep that in mind also. Nature and outdoors, the materials that you would have on a daily basis outdoor, including any teacher additions that you would take out for a particular time or day. Dramatic play is going to be the dramatic play or housekeeping area. You're going to indicate all the materials that you would have in that area. Table toys, just what it says. It's going to be those types of materials and equipment that you would provide for children that they are expected to take and use at the table, such as puzzles, Duplos, interlocking toys, those types of things. You need to plan for at least 10 to 12 or more activities within that. Now, going back to each of these interest centers, you're also going to evaluate, indicating to me which developmental milestone from the first page is being met, as well as evaluate using the early learning guidelines. Remembering, each of those is going to be more than one area, concept area and standard. You can either evaluate within the block on the form for each, or you can go down and add an extra page and list block area and then which of the developmental domains and then which of the early learning guidelines are being met. But I need to be able to understand and tell which ones you're indicating. Family involvement. How are you going to involve the family in the daily interactions in the classroom, setting goals for the child, etc. It's more than just telling them about how their day went. Are you going to be conferencing with them, and so forth. As with all of assignments, if you have any questions or need additional help, please feel free to contact me by phone, email, or coming to my office.